Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the Bridgestone Battlax BT-023 All-Season Sport and Sport Touring Tire, available at RevZilla.com. So when I consider all-season sport and I think sport touring, a lot of times sport bike guys don't like the term touring. They think of it as a dirty word. Really, how you need to think of the BT-23 is really an agile, high-grip, sport-oriented tire that can be ridden for longer miles in much wider of a range of weather scenarios. So if you want something that's more of a hardcore sport bike tire that's really typically done in warmer or drier conditions, something like the Battlax S20 would probably, or from the S20 family product, would be something better off. Really, this tire is going to compete with something like the Michelin Pilot Road 2. It's going to compete with the Dunlop Road Smart. You're looking at a tire that's going to provide great wet and dry grip. You know, I like to think of it as a guy who commutes to work on a VFR on an 800 to 1000 cc bike, and then typically is still of the mind to where he's going to go out and ride more spiritedly, but he might see rain here and there or ride right through it fearlessly. So if we look at the tire, it's going to come in 17 and 18 rim sizes. You're going to see OEM fitments, or I'm sorry, you're going to see tires, you know, a handful of sizes for the front, a handful of sizes for the rear, and there's also a GT size for a much bigger bike. So think about there really, in my opinion, is bigger sport touring bikes. So it's your R1200, your K1300, your FJRs that are of bigger displacement. That's going to be the Battlax BT-23 GT tire. Now the Battlax BT-23 really replaced the BT-21, and the difference here in the upgrade in the tire for this year is going to be about 30% more mileage out of the tire, because you're really looking at that mix of sport and performance and long range that allows you to get more of a lifetime out of the tire. Looking at the groove pattern, you're looking at great wet grip and great water dispersal. Typically, the Battlax BT-23 and the BT-21 were considered to be better than average at wet grip handling. You also have a silica charged compound for better grip on both the front and the rear. Now, your front tire is going to be a mono compound, one compound of rubber, but one of the cool things about it is you have two different styles of grooves on this tire, and notice that all of the grooves go all the way to the sidewall. So your V-shaped grooves are going to be for better control under heavy braking, while your T-shaped grooves are going to be for better linear stability at speed. So again, you have a multitude of different technologies that are built into the tread pattern. As we move to the rear, we have similar technologies with our V's and our T's, and notice there's no groove along the center channel, again for better contact patch, but you do have a dual compound tire now. So you're going to have a softer compound and the shoulders, which are going to be kind of out toward the edges, and then the center for pretty much a pretty wide band. I'm almost going to say 50% of the center here is going to be a harder compound to give you that better, the better mileage, even with a heavier bike that might have a high displacement that's going to provide more torque to the ground in that sport category. So remember, if you have questions about the Battlax BT-23 all-season sport tire, give us a shout. We're always here to help walk you through that process. Remember, if you're more on the sport side of things, drier conditions, more aggressive riding, look at the Battlax S20, and if you're on some of the other bikes, you're going to move past the Battlax into some of the Cruiser or the Max or the Excedra series of tires from Bridgestone. You know, shoot us a line, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. And as always, you can always ask questions or leave your comments. We want to know what you think of the Battlax BT-23, or even what your experiences was with the BT-21 on the product detail page on RevZilla.com, in our Q&A section on Facebook, or even on RevZilla TV on our YouTube channel, where you can interact in the comments, leave us your questions there. We're happy to work with you. You can also subscribe to stay up to date with all of our reviews that we're constantly rolling out on new products here at RevZilla.com. Bridgestone Battlax BT-23 is over $39. We'll ship for free, exchange for free, no restock fees. You need to send it back to us. And as always, any order over $100 can earn Team Zilla cash to be applied to your next order, our way of saving you some money in the long run. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown of the sport touring and all-season sport application Battlax BT-23, available at RevZilla.com. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.